That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him. Today's woodworking project is a great little scrap wood idea, courtesy of my wife, or well, Pinterest, Etsy, Facebook, I really don't know. She came to me and showed me something on her phone and said, "You could do this." I gave it a quick look, yep, and she walked off, then turned back with that smile. "Let me mansplain it for you. I would like it if you would build one, and before Christmas." So here I am, happy wife, happy life, or husband, significant other, it doesn't really matter. We do things for the ones we love, whether it's letting her put her cold toes against your legs at night to warm them up, or the hands on the belly, yikes, or building those special little projects. But we can do it our way. 3/4 stock is a wood of choice, and honestly, my first choice was to just grab a 1x10 or 1x12 from my stash, cut it down, and get it done. But I hoard those bad boys like they're gold, and the thought of ripping a 1x10 down into strips, no. So I'll be ripping down some 2x4s, first ripping the roundovers off and bringing each to 3-inch wide, then flipping and ripping on end. If you don't want to do strips, you don't have to. Plywood will work just fine. It really comes down to the aesthetic that you're looking for. Now, we lay them out in sets of 3. I'm just making sure that if I use the same split board, I'm sure to flip it around so the knots don't end up all bookend-like. I mean, truthfully, probably a waste of time, as I'm going to stain it, then paint it, and, well, mutilate it to the point that we can't see what's under it anyway. It's that little weird sense of OCD I have. Then it's off to the sander, 120 grit. Not going aggressive, just trying to get the semblance of saw marks off. Again, it's rustic, and it'll be buried beneath things, but we don't want sawdust and splinters, unless it's a YouTube channel. Back at the bench top, we just break down the inner edges a little, just quickly and roughly, again, preventing splinters, and ensuring that we get that nice little seam look so everyone knows it's real slats. And not faked out. My apologies there, but it's a YouTube trend that I cannot stand. Faking out the slats by cutting a thin curve. Cringy. Might as well be using MDF. And then we go right into the glue up. It's a cold one, and we might need some extra time for the glue to set up. Tight Bond 3 is my glue of choice. Slather it on and tighten her down. And get in for some hot chocolate as the glue freezes the boards together. I hope. Alright, feeling back in the fingers, we need to rip down another 2x4 to some 1/4-inch slats. The original had the old standby, I guess, country farmhouse crosses or X's, I would say. The usual. But the more I started working and designing, I wanted to do something more. It would bring back my memories of my youth, the stages of Christmas, if you will, or what it used to mean or will mean. So I think we'll frame each panel with these 1.5-inch slats, then do something a little special, unique, or personal, I guess is the word I'm looking for the inner panel portion. The next day, I break down and crank up the heat in the assembly room. I have painting to do and some detail work, and 25 degrees is just too cold. The panels look good, and I jump back out to the main workshop and cut 2 panels to 23 inches. Star makes short work of it. I mean, I can't stop smiling every time I use her. My old Delta would have been a flip job. Works great, but come on, this thing has 13.5-inch cutting capacity. I love it. Then it's just a matter of cutting the slats to 45 degrees. And I do this slowly. I don't need perfection, but I do eventually want to get there when I build something quote unquote fine. So I use this opportunity to work on my technique, seeing how tight I can get the miters. Glue and staples. 2 down, 2 to go. And I stalled here a touch. How did I want my corners to come out? The original thought was like leaving a 1/4 inch space there, but then I decided I'd rather have 2 of the panels overlap the others. I chose this method over 45-degree miters. I thought it might look a little more rustic and played into a couple things down the line. It's pretty simple. Lay it out, space the overlaps, staple and glue. Four basic panels done. Now comes the fun stuff for me. Doing things differently, getting our create on and making this our own. You have options here. All the store-bought ones used hinges. Hinges add cost, and honestly, I like doing things without cost and trying things a little bit different. A little old school, if you will. Now, my wife grew up with an old horse barn instead of a dollhouse. Horse nut. And the stall door had leather hinges. I'm thinking we can try the same here. Put leather hinges connecting them in pairs, so they fold up after the holidays. Then I have another little trick I hope to attach the pairs together. You could just put blocks in the corners and screw and unscrew for the year, but where's the fun in that? I probably should have glued these down or even chiseled out a nice little nook for the straps to go, but no. I got caught up and curiosity got the best of me. I just stapled them, and I think it's going to work. Look. It's not going to be a perfect corner when it's set up. It doesn't have to be. It's not supposed to be. It goes under a tree, and it'll have a skirt around it and presents hopefully piled up all over it. A pin nailer, hopefully. And again, it's rustic. It's supposed to be functional and hopefully heartwarming when we're truly done with it. Now, I need to connect the 2 sections together, and I'm thinking of using these old darts from a magnetic dartboard. The fins are long since destroyed. Snip, snip. Drill a hole in the middle and drop her in. And I think we can use these screws and yeah, a pile of screws all mixed up on the floor. I can laugh here. It's just screws, but off camera, later, I grab a tube of green paint and it shoots out all over the floor. Not sure it's going to come out, although it's water-based, so I have some hope. I want each window pane, if you will, to tell a story. You can use a scroll saw here. I have a laser in a warm room right now. So we'll use the Monport Reno 45 Watt Pro. She is a beauty, and I have not used her nearly enough. So I'm going to use her today. Plus, I have 4 of these to do in a rapidly closing deadline. For the first panel, I have a simple tree pattern. Memories of our dreaded picking the perfect Christmas tree come back to mind. I grew up in suburbia, and every grocery store had a lot of cut trees. We would spend hours, hours going up and down the strip until the one day we found a Christmas tree farm about 20 minutes away, and you could cut your own. I loved Christmas from there on out. And as an adult with adult children, I continue this trend every year. Horse-drawn ride to the field, hot chocolate and fresh donuts, and oh yeah, the tree. Window 2, Santa and his reindeer. This is really where it all starts as a kid. It was all about Rudolph. I got a little too cute with this design and the antlers and legs broke off and I had to redo it. But I think if we paint it all up, you'll see in the end it came out great. While the other 2 sides cut out, we're going to start our finish work. A quick coat of watered down gray acrylic to give an old look to the edges. It's nothing new. I do it all the time. Fast, blotchy goodness. And apparently my camera cut out. I took watered down acrylic, red, blue, gold, and green, and just did some edge work on the frame. So when we paint it all white, the hidden colors will sneak through. I also painted each of the templates in the panels, gluing and stapling them down. The 2 rocking horse panels, these represent toys. Those days when you're a kid and all you could think about are toys, laying there watching Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah, 1 day a week, and the big old Sears catalog laid open. making our Christmas list, and then represents the present day when you realize that giving is so much more better than receiving ever was. And my girls all love their horses. A 3-for-1 memory glimpse panel. Okay, the white. I have a mix of all the white paint I had left over and added some cream to get a nice country white. I'm just going over all the pieces lightly on the edges and heavily in the middle. This will probably take 2 layers to get the look I want. And the 4th panel, the manger scene. Enough said, the real meaning of Christmas. But memories, church dinners weekly growing up to Christmas, Christmas Eve and Christmas morning services, getting all dressed up. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, I hated them when I was a kid. But I look back at them now and I get all warm, fuzzy, family feeling. And here we are. I've sanded down the edges a little here, a little there, just letting the hidden colors peek through. This was never about bold and bright, but more about muted and rustic, a kiss of color to a forgotten scene. I think it came out great. The leather hinges, the hidden magnets to hold it together, each panel in memory from the past and present. What do you think? Going to give it a try? What would you do differently? And what would you have done for a panel if you only had one, just one? As always, thank you for watching and spending 15 minutes building with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Until the next time.